You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go round, cycle.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How's everybody doing today? Today's topic is timing is everything. This is Adionne. I'll be back.
Cycle. We are learning, always turning later. Cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
As I said, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you're listening to Chronicles of Livin-podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us extraordinary folk doing things the best way we can. And so today's topic is timing is everything. And I want to emphasize that everything. It really is. Even though timing was everything for me today for the show, because I had one of those days where I had things written out and had topics down and I wasn't feeling it. And I think I was up to 6:40 before this topic came to my head. I asked my son. I just wasn't feeling nothing. It was like, oh my gosh, please don't let me just go on and just talk. But obviously, my spirit is going to speak some good stuff to you today because I don't have a clue what I'm about to talk about. But yeah, that's very important. Timing is everything. Because just like Torelli says, life is a cycle. And as we go through life, we always plan things out, you know. Well, I'm not going to say we always. Most of us work hard at planning things out. That's what I said in the description real quick. And as you should, you know. But as most of us know, our plans are not God's plans. But you should still take that initiative to plan things out, because when you write stuff out, at least, you know, God knows your heart. He knows what it is that you desire. And, you know, things will shift in your favor either way. And the thing might seem bad with whatever it is if things don't go according to plan, the way you timed it out, rather it be days, weeks, months, you know, or rather it be a date that you have with somebody and you planned it out to go a certain way and it just turns left. Everything works out for us. and to us. I mean, and not to us, but for us. Because I think I had a topic way back about things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And so that's what timing is all about, because, you gotta understand that we come into this world one way, and because we are surrounded by so many different people, so many influences, different environments as we're going through life, things affect us. And as things affect us, whether it be positive or negative, we have to shift through things that's what's beneficial to us, what's things that we need to throw away. And sometimes we can get caught up in the things that's not as beneficial to us as we believe it to be. We might just feel good about those things, whether it be a relationship or partying or drinking or whatever, it might make us feel good in that time, where we are in our life. And with that, there's always something that you're going to gain. Even though it might seem bad, whether it be a bad relationship, whatever, you're still going to gain something from it. It could be knowledge or wisdom that is for you, or it could be for somebody else, And what happens is, as we go through life, we will know, because the time will come when we will, rather we meet up with a person that we need to share our experience with, or rather we meet up with a person that kind of shows us ourself and reflects back to us things that maybe we changed, for the better about ourselves, things that we didn't even realize we needed to change. But all of a sudden, we meet up with a person and it's like, wow, maybe that person used to annoy you, some years ago. Or maybe that person hurt you some years ago. And then you see that person and it's like, you're just happy to see them. You're over the hurt, or maybe you're not annoyed by them anymore, or, or maybe it might be reverse. Maybe it might be a person that you were cool with some years ago, and then you run into them years later, and you thought you would be happy to see them, and then they're a totally different person. That can reflect back to you your growth as well, because they might not really be a totally different person. It's just that you might be a totally different person. So therefore, when you knew this person way back when and you enjoyed their company, you had fun with them, that's where you were as a person. Your growth wasn't there yet. Like, you haven't grown from that, I say, part of you yet, and not to say that the person was a bad person when you was hanging out with them, but as I say all the time, people grow at different rates, and sometimes it takes for you to see people that you knew back when, just to see how much you've grown, because when we're young, the things that excite us might not excite us as much when we get older. You get what I'm saying? So this is why timing is everything, Like I tell my son, tell my daughter, like, don't rush life. Don't, stay young. Enjoy your youth as long as you can. I know I'm not alone when I say, when I was younger, you wanted to be grown, you wanted to get out there, you wanted to be able to go out when you wanted to, go where you wanted to. And then all of a sudden that time has came and you like, I don't want these bills. I don't want to be an adult anymore, but it's too late, So now you're an adult and you just got to make it happen. You got to catch up with yourself and figure things out. But it's not going to happen overnight, Some people, get it right away, and some people take years, because of life experiences. So I say timing is everything, because even when you are dealing with, whether it be your spouse, your kids, whatever, a relationship, sometimes because you might be at a certain level in growth, you might have to be a little patient with your loved one, with your child. And sometimes, as far as kids, sometimes you have to reflect back at the time that you were their age. Like I work hard at that. And when I look at, my son and everything, and I have conversations with him, and, if he want to go out, well, he's in college now, so he goes to parties and stuff like that every now and then, but he's pretty balanced. But, he admitted to me that he fell off a little bit this past year, and his grades dropped a little. And I'm like, I had to go back in time and think about when I was that age and say, you know what, it's cool, because I can remember getting caught up and falling off, but as I said, sometimes with time, everybody is not going to acknowledge that, at that time when they fall off. Some people don't acknowledge when they fall off until some years later. And then they realize, they look back and say, whoa, you know what? I fell off. I need to get back on track, with my life, with just my work ethic, with chasing after not chasing, but pursuing my dreams, my goals. I used to be on point. I used to make sure I write everything down. I used to, you start reflecting back, So with my son, I had to reflect back, and I was like, you know what? He is doing so much better than me at this age, in my 20s. Man, listen. So that is what helps me to keep a balance. Like, so many parents, they will, tell their kids like, oh, you messing up and this and the other. And they forget when they was that age, when they lived in that time, space, reality, and the things that they did, and they play this role like they so perfect. And then they wonder why they don't have a strong bond with their child or with their, with their kids. I always go back and think before I speak. You know what I mean? This way, it's like they see like, okay, I'm not coming at them as this perfect individual. I'm letting them know, you know what? There was a time when I used to do X, Y, and Z, and I just thank God today that I didn't get caught up too bad, or I didn't get caught up in a way where my choices and my decisions just, stunt my future or my growth, So many of us can get caught up at any time through a choice or a decision. And it could just leave us stuck or leave us discouraged, because we're thinking like, okay, we on a certain path, and we're thinking that we have everything mapped out, and then we make this one choice and this one decision at this one time, and it just changes everything, So when I talk to my son, I tell him all the time, like, your choices, your decisions, they have repercussions. So when you make them and you feel like you fall off, just acknowledge it and move on from it. But know that you are the one that's going to have to face those results. Not me. I'm your mom, but I can't get you out of things that you put yourself into. So I always teach him and my goddaughter, like, be mindful. Be mindful before you make decisions and choices. Think about the outcome. Don't think too hard. Have fun, but think about it before you move on things, because it can change your life. I'm sure a lot of you out there can sit right now and think of a time in your life that you made a choice or a decision, and that just dictated the next 10 years of your life, 20 years, whatever, of your life. And it might have been a great 10, 20 years, or it might have been a rough 10, 20 years. But it all started with a certain decision or a choice that you made, So when you think about the whole aspect of timing, just know that if right now you're in a space where you feel like you stuck, you discouraged because things are not working out the way you expected, the way you planned, know that sometimes timing is on your side. Sometimes those choices and decisions where it might look like you messed up, it was something that was supposed to happen, because maybe it did need to slow you down for what it is that's going to happen 10 years from now, the lessons that you need to learn to prepare you for the things down the road, So, like, for example, me, if you've been following the show, and if you haven't, you really need to go back and listen. You can always listen to past shows. You can still comment even though I'm not live. All of that, like it, share it, all of that. But if you go back to some of my past shows, you will know that I've been through a lot. And I've planned a lot of things in my life. I've pursued a lot of dreams and visions in my life, and it didn't work out as planned. But now that I'm older, I'm more experienced, I realized that everything was worked in perfect timing. Yes, there were some decisions, some choices that sometimes I wish I could take back, but to be perfectly honest, I know I didn't need to take it back, because I don't need to take it back, because this is who I am now. This is why I am who I am now in this time-space reality. This is why I can speak to you about the things that I speak to you about and encourage you and pour into your life, because of the different choices and decisions that I made in the past that might have had me stuck for a minute, But it all worked out, My timing was on point, because I've met certain people in those times, when I thought things was like dark. I've met people that I felt like turned on the light again for me, God will always send somebody to encourage you in your time of darkness. Trust me when I say this. When you think that it's just over, you just, you a certain age and you feel like, oh, you just jacked up your whole life and you should have did this, you should have did that. No, it's never too late. It's never too late to pursue your dreams, your visions, or your goals. Like I said, timing is everything. And with age, prayerfully comes maturity, and it comes wisdom. And you gain wisdom. So now you can look back, and when things come your way, opportunities come your way, you'll be more prepared for it because of the timing, because of that long wait. Now your hunger kicks back in. You're hungry again to live life. So don't think if you're older, like you're in the 40s club like me, or in the 50s club, 60s club, whatever club you in, don't think that time is not on your side. It is. If you get that spark, that energy, just spark back up in you again, whether it be something from your past goals or dreams, or just a fresh new goal or dream. Go after it. It's never too late. It's never too late. Sometimes in life, it's meant for some of us to start late, just to encourage that group of people, the group of people that's in the 40s and the 50s club, 60s club. I believe that is my goal and my mission. While I know that I am put here to encourage the youth because of the things I've been through as a youth, and because God continues to bring young people my way to mentor. So I know I'm supposed to, mentor the youth. And the things that I went through in my youth are the things that I'm able to share with them and to encourage and inspire them through. From that time period, I'm able to use that whole time frame in my life to still encourage people right now. And this is what I'm talking about timing is everything. Now I have the platform after all these years of pursuing different things when it comes to communication or, music and being on stage and everything like that. Who would have known that I'm behind the scenes speaking to you through your earphones and encouraging you with my words? All through my life, I was in front of the stage. And even though still I'll be speaking in public and stuff like that, but right now, the timing has been speaking behind the scenes and allowing you to just sit and listen and just focus on the words that's coming through my mouth. You know what I mean? And taking that into your spirit and using it as fuel to your fire. To ignite what has went down in you, But that's timing, y'all. It's timing that at this time in my life, at the age of 48, I know how to record a podcast show. I know how to put together all the tools and, work everything that I need to work so that I can talk to you. I didn't know all of this stuff back 10 years ago or 11 years ago. I didn't know this stuff. But here we are now, 10 years later, and I'm very computer and tech savvy. So therefore, I don't really need the help, and it's not going to stop my show when I want to talk to you. I could go on every day of the week if I want to. But that's all timing. That's all from the things that I've learned in the past and it all coming up, and I'm able to utilize it now in this time space reality where I am today. All the turmoil that I went through, and the timing was right for me to go to the retreat center and reflect on me, to sort things out in my life that I felt was like, I'm clueless. I need to know who I am again. I need to know what I'm supposed to do and what order I'm supposed to do it, Because for so many years, I was doing everything pretty much at one time. But then, sitting and being quiet day after day allowed me to sort out the things that I'm supposed to do and the timing I'm supposed to do them in, And when you grasp hold of that and you stop looking at what's not working out or what hasn't worked out in the past, it will just give you a whole new hope, a whole new, spark of energy. And it will fan your flame. It really will, We have to learn to let go of the coulda, shoulda, woulda. We have to, in order to move into the I am, I am a great podcaster now, I am a person that's going to be out here to go and travel and speak to the world, all because of my life experiences. My life experiences, rather, people want to judge me from it. As many people that want to judge me, there's always going to be more that's going to be inspired, from my tenacity, from my perseverance of never giving up. You're going to always have that group of people that's going to cast this shadow and throw stones at you and say, oh, she's living life wrong, or she was living life wrong and she'll never get it together, or whatever. You're always going to have that. But then you're going to have that group of people that's going to be able to look at your life and know the things that you have been through in the past, and look at your growth as you have moved along the way, and look at you today and say, you know what? Damn, I admire you. I admire you for your fight. I admire you for your get up and go, for never giving up on yourself and on life and on what God has for you. I've had people tell me that. I've had people tell me that are stable, as they say, that has worked pretty much the same job all their life, went through college, just living the life as it's supposed to be painted in society. Let's say that, you know what I mean? And it's like, I believe to them, I'm like their excitement. Because it's like they check in with me to see, what are you doing now? Where do you live now? How did you get there? Or what, you know what I'm saying? I'm like the excitement in their life, Sometimes I believe some people just live through my eyes. And it's okay, because I have reached a point in my life at this time, where I'm so confident in who I am. And I know that I don't owe anybody any explanation as to how I live my life, how I got to this point, the things I'm doing today, where some years ago, I felt I was uneasy about who I am. About who I was. I was uneasy because I allowed those group of people that was judging me to make me feel less than, to make me feel like I was living life wrong when I wasn't. I was living life the way God intended for me to live life, so that I can be that person to go out and deliver the messages that I deliver. You see what I'm saying? But I had to get to that time and space where I felt comfortable in my own skin. And I have a show about that. Something about, are you comfortable in your skin, or something like that, or look in the mirror, who you see looking back at you in the mirror. Go on down and scroll down all these episodes. I'm telling you, some other shows will hit you. Go by the topic. If the topic hits you, listen to it, because it's obviously something that you need to hear, But when people say, how do you just come up with these topics? Oh my God, like this is 106, episode 106. But I still have different topics. Yes, they're going to all be within the same arena, because the show is purposely to push you into your dreams. But in order to push you into your dreams, you have to clean you out first. You have to cleanse your spirit, your soul, your mind, your body. You have to get right with you first. So this is why I talk about the things that I talk about, because these are real life issues that we face from day to day. Real people that we deal with from day to day that might face some of these same topics, and you might not know how to deal with that person, and now you can listen to the show and I might give you a different spin on how I might have dealt with it, or how a friend of mine's or a family member might have dealt with a certain situation. And you may be able to take from that. And it might not be the same way I say it, but it might spark something else in you to make you think and look at a situation from a different aspect, or either, more importantly, allow you to see through somebody else's eyes and realize that it's not personal, you know? I had to grow into that. I had to grow into knowing that you can't take people personal, you know? There was a time when I took people personal and I allowed them to make me feel disappointed or make me feel hurt. And I mean, we're all human. So yeah, we're going to go through life and we're going to be disappointed. We're going to get hurt, you know? But the thing is, learning to take that, let it go, look at the situation, look at the person and say, you know what? Let me sit back and think. What time are they living in? You know what I mean? Seriously, like, what time are they living in? What time are they on right now? What is it that excites them in this time in their life? But it doesn't excite me, you know? People don't grow at the same rate. People don't grow at the same time. And this is why sometimes when people get together when they're real young, later on, they have problems because one might be growing more than the other, and sometimes they outgrow each other. You know, not to say that sometimes they can outgrow each other and later on, if it's meant to happen, they can get back and maybe grow at different rates and do their own thing and then all of a sudden get back. That's what happened to my goddaughter. You know, her and her boyfriend kind of grew apart, did their thing, had kids and all that. Then all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, they just got back together. Now they're about to get married. So you just have to learn to just kind of, as my son said, I was asking him for topics, and I'm going to make this a topic, but one of his topics, he was saying, what did he say? Put yourself in someone else's shoes, you know? And I do talk about this from time to time. You know, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know, just wear them for one moment and really really work at looking through their eyes and seeing it from their angle before you get totally upset. And I know that's hard to do. I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, I'm perfect and I never just went off the handle. I have. But I've grown to a point to just let stuff go and not take people personal and let people do their own thing in their own way. And if it's not fitting right with me at that time in my life, then I just leave my distance. That's it. You can still love a person from afar, you know, but if the timing is not right for you to be friends with a person or for you to hang out with a certain family member because you've grown at a certain point and they still, you know, doing the same thing, then it's okay. But don't judge them, you know. Everybody has their own time to grow. Everybody has their own time to get it. You know what I mean? Some people might not ever get it, but maybe that's their lot in life. Who knows? You know, maybe they supposed to stay right where they are for whatever the group of people that they're around. Who knows? Everybody has their specific assignment and purpose in life. And we meet people along the way that helps us to grow more in our purpose. You know, if you pay attention, if you really pay attention, like I said, rather it be a person that might have hurt you or rather it be a person that might encourage you. Everybody plays a part at a certain time in your life to help you to get to where you're going. Trust me when I say this. And this is why I have let go of all of the hurt, the pain, the disappointments, the failures that I've made, you know, in life. I let it all go because I realized that it was all meant to be so that I can become who I am today. which I am very happy with the person that I am today in this time, space, and reality. I am really happy with myself, and I'm at the level where I'm not going to allow anybody to come in my life with bullshit. That's why I say that in the topic of the show. I'm not going to help you stay away from bullshit, okay? Because I give everybody time now, I want to see where you are in life, because if I changed for the better, then I believe other people can change for the better. So I'm going to give everybody that comes across my path, whether they're somebody from the past, if they just all of a sudden stumble back into my life, it's for a reason. So I need to maybe look at it and say, okay, is this for a short moment? Or is this long term or what? But I now believe people as to not what they say, but what they do. See, before, I used to really take people at their word. And that's how I would get all caught up, be disappointed. But now, I watch people, because people really show you who they are. I listen, I observe, and I definitely listen to what they say. But I actually match it up to what they do. And I focus on more of what they do than what they say. And once you show me a couple times, and if it ain't fitting right, then I got to keep it moving, Susan, And that's just where I'm at. And I think that's fair, because as it's said, if God is a God of second chances, then sometimes we need to be that way. Now, I'm not saying if somebody beat you down in the past, or if somebody, just did you real, come on. Now, just let's be logical here, somebody stole from you or whatever. And not to say that people that steal from you, they could have just not been in their right mind, could have been on drugs, whatever. But just be cautious. That's all I got to say with that. So, I'm going to go. And I believe this show turned out pretty good. Definitely comment, share, like. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. I love doing this show. And like I said, timing is everything, y'all. Just, move through life as life comes to you. Let's say that. Move through life as life comes to you. Look at it. Take it in. Seep through what feels good, what doesn't. But be logical, Be realistic with yourself. Be honest with yourself. What is beneficial to you and what is not. And that is how you will know that timing is everything with the opportunity or with a person coming in your life, coming in your space. Just, you will know, Timing is everything, y'all. So be mindful of that. And as I always say, be wise about how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what you spend it doing. Be mindful of that, because you cannot get time back. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. And until next Sunday, I will see you guys. I will talk to you guys then. This is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit, y'all. And you're listening to Chronicles-of-Livin-podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life, as extraordinary folk, doing the damn thing the best way we can. And I truly, truly love you guys, and I appreciate all of you. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.